Hi, this is Markwell,
Hey, what's up? I'm Trevor,
and
and
this
this is
the
the
Huddle.
Huddle.
Man, Trevor, it was an amazing weekend for football. We had great games Saturday. Alabama, Texas, the upset out Texas A&M. Who else got upset? It Nebraska lost to
Yep,
Georgia Southern. Baylor
yeah.
lost to BYU. It was a lot of
Uh,
upsets on this weekend.
Alabama almost lost.
Yeah,
Georgia just whipped up on their opponent, and Georgia is number one now. So
yeah.
Alabama
Um,
too.
What else? Then we get to Sunday. 1 o'clock games were incredible. We had multiple games go to overtime. Even a game end up in a tie. Um, then 4 o'clock, the games weren't as good, you know what I mean? But it was still cool to see Patrick Mahomes getting his bag and stuff like that.
That's my dude,
Um,
man.
and then at 8 o'clock, the world came tumbling down, Trevor. The worst possible showing for Cowboys fans, and it ended with adding insult to injury, literally. So,
or injury to insult,
God.
however you want to look at it.
So, for those who don't know, the Cowboys lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 19-3. The first team since 1935, I think it was, to only score 3 points after leading the NFL in offense, points per game, and scoring the year before.
Yep.
Trevor,
It's
what do you think? I'll let you start it off, man. What what happened, man, in Dallas? What the heck is
All right. I'm gonna be quick and I'm gonna hand you the mic and let you go crazy. But also something else, that was like the one of the first times in a long time that the Dallas Cowboys didn't score a touchdown in the opening week. So that's
mm-hmm.
all. I mean, that's pretty crazy there. But
Yeah.
honestly, Marquell, um, Tampa Bay ran the ball down their throat. And honestly, the defense actually was doing well, holding them to those four field goals until that touchdown.
Well,
But
that was an incredible touchdown.
yeah,
The defense played great.
yeah,
I don't have any quarrels with the defense.
yeah.
Michael Parsons did what Michael Parsons does. Trayvon Diggs actually was great in coverage, minus that touchdown. But that was just an incredible. That's Mike Evans, man. You can't do anything about that, bro. He's
Hmm.
6'4", too much length on him, man. Tom Brady, of course, threw a
Great
great
catch.
pass.
Yeah, all that stuff.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't
So
have
the
any quarrels with the
defense,
defense. The defense did
yeah,
their job. 19 points.
yeah, exactly. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers kind of getting things going and not getting out to a fast start, but slowly getting good. You would think that with the defense playing the way they did, holding them to 19 points, that the offense would come through and at least get three
You would
touchdowns,
think, right,
right?
Trevor?
You would think, right? So I think that the offensive line, they were getting pressure on Dak quite a bit, man. The offensive line didn't look too good. Receivers weren't really getting open. Uh, they I think that they were running the ball pretty well at the beginning. Um, but for whatever reason, they went away from it and started passing a little more. And from then on, it just they just never got going. And at the end of the game, Dak got hurt, which added that injury to the insult. So it's kind of tough. But that's what I saw, and I'm gonna hand it to you and let you
Well,
get some stuff off your chest.
first I'm gonna start it off like this, okay, Trevor. The injury to Dak, Stephen Jones, Jay Jones, that's on you guys. We knew we had problems on the left side of the offensive line going back to last year. And all we did was what, Trevor? Get rid of players. We got rid of receivers. We got rid of linemen. And we didn't bring anything in that was equal or higher value. Losing Amari Cooper when you know that Michael Gallup will not be ready for the first few weeks of the season. And you have receivers that have never caught passes
In the NFL.
in the NFL starting the
Mhm.
game, man. So just how long he would have to hold the ball to get wait, see if somebody would be open, knowing the line is not gonna hold. And the last part of that injury that I'm putting that on Kellen Moore, Tony Pollard should not have been in pass protection as many times as he was, especially knowing how well Zeke handles it. They talked all of this about having the tandem. So Jerry Jones, we're gonna give him the blame for the injury. Next, we're going to the offense. Kellen Moore, man. Ezekiel Elliott is averaging 5.2 yards per rush against the best rushing defense in the NFL, and he has 10 carries. Why? There's multiple times where we start drives, we get it going well. Zeke will get a couple good runs, and of course that opens things up for those young receivers to actually find holes because you gotta. Zeke is Zeke, you know what I mean? Everybody has all these quarrels with him about how he's played. He's had some injuries. He had the season where he didn't do good taking care of the ball, but yesterday he looked like Zeke, and the start last year he looked like Zeke too before he got injured. You're running the ball, the drive is going great, you have a little rhythm, and then you try like a double reverse and lose 7 yards. Why? It's
Yeah.
like he tries to be too creative unnecessarily. Like
Mhm.
keep it simple. Sometimes it's good to keep it simple. You know what I mean? Um. So with Kellen Moore, man, this is what I'm worried about, Trevor. So I've talked about Kellen Moore. I've talked about Jerry Jones. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, we expected it. We saw Aaron Rodgers in that same situation. Probably one of the best arm talents in the league, and he had the same issues. He couldn't do anything. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So take the blame off of that. The last quarrel I have is Mike McCarthy. We're still having discipline issues, holding penalties, false starts. Terrence Steele had 3 penalties in a row,
I saw
like
that. I know you're
literally
talking
in a
about. Yeah,
row,
I saw that.
like consecutive plays. How ridiculous is that, Trevor?
That's super ridiculous, especially coming off last year and then what we were talking about in our last couple videos ago about them in the preseason still having penalty issues, and then now you get to the first game of the season and y'all going crazy with the penalties. I think last year they averaged what like 7, 8 penalties,
Yep.
and
And we
this
had at
year
least 7 yesterday.
y'all
On
had
offense,
y'all
on
had like
offense, our
yeah,
defense didn't have any penalties.
bro, y'all had like seven
Even
penalties in like the
CeeDee
third
Lamb,
quarter.
even CeeDee Lamb had a
Yeah,
penalty. It's
yeah.
crazy. It's just ridiculous, Trevor. I just don't understand it. But I want to ask you this question to
Hmm.
lead on. What do you think the Cowboys need to do to put themselves in a position to be in a good spot when Dak comes back? The
Okay,
schedule
so
isn't very tough.
no,
I
I
will
yeah,
say that.
yeah, I saw that too.
There's
They
maybe one game I might be worried about, and that's probably I want to say it's the Bengals, but I'm honestly not even that worried about that game. They let the Steelers with no offense beat them. They turned the ball over tons of times. Our defense
Mhm.
is really good too. Uh, Packers, they have the same issues we have on offense, and the Rams, oh my God, they were just as awful as us
Yeah,
offense too. So
yeah,
I
no, they
don't
were
really have
bad.
any worries on the schedule. What do we have to do? Do we need to make a move at quarterback? What do we need to do, Trevor?
So first off, y'all need to at least win 2 or 3 games. Those six games
Yeah,
that Dak's gonna be on,
I
y'all
know we
gotta
gotta
win
win
two
the
or three
games, Trevor.
games.
But what's the move we need to make to ensure that we win a couple of games? Like we could
Yeah,
easily
I
go
got you.
500 right here.
Yeah, I got you. I was leading up into that. So y'all gotta win 2 or 3 games. So in order to do that, I think y'all gotta run the ball more. Definitely run it. Feed Zeke. I mean, he's back there for a reason. You paying
Feed
him
him.
all that money. Y'all gotta do something there. The line has to clean up their issues. I don't know if y'all need to go sign somebody. They
Well,
need
we
to.
have we have Jason Peters that's gonna be
That
stepping
is
in
true.
in a
So
week
he
in a
didn't
week or
play because
two.
he was on the practice squad, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
getting himself right.
McGovern should be back in the upcoming weeks with that ankle injury he suffered at the beginning of the game. So the line, they'll be able to shuffle that around a little bit. I'm not as
Hmm.
worried about the line.
Hmm. Yep, yep.
even though
But
they are young. But like,
y'all got
if we're gonna be pounding the ball, running it, I
yeah,
think they can hold it down. They did good in the run game.
yep. And I think those two are the main thing. But then Kellen Moore, I feel like he has to in the passing game, he has to get it simpler. I think he's calling uh plays that require, more steps, more like five step
5 step
drops,
drops.
yeah, and stuff like that, sitting the quarterback in the pocket a little longer. Like I think he needs to call plays to get the ball out of the QB's hands really fast, especially with the backup quarterback there. Now,
I think the
this
reason that
mhm,
that's happening, Trevor, is just uh well, to start off the game, the Bucks were sitting in zone coverage. So
mhm,
he's dropping Matt there and he's gotta wait on somebody to sit down in or like a gap to open, you know what I mean?
I
It
feel
wasn't so much that it was the drop back, it was that they were just gonna be slow developing plays because of the defense they were playing.
I feel you.
I don't
I
know
feel
what
you.
they could have done to combat that. Maybe keep a tight end or something. I know at one point in the game, they only sent two people out on the route because they had left everybody else in blocking.
To
You
block,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I,
Maybe we should
I, I
just
just
stay
think
away from passing unless it's play action
yeah, yeah. I think that they just have to figure
or
out ways to help the
screenplays.
QB to get the ball out of his hands. I think last night Dak just got pressured a whole bunch. Honestly, in plays where he didn't really have to, in my opinion.
Hmm.
I feel like he just
They were
Kellen Moore
unnecessary
let
play calls, right?
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I think Kellen Moore has to call the game a little better. But my question to you though is
Hmm.
a lot of people have been saying trade for a quarterback. It's the name that has came up is Huntley from the
You took me
Baltimore
right where I
Ravens.
want to go, Trevor.
So do you think that they should?
No,
And also, would I don't even think the Ravens would give him up, but do you think the Ravens would give him up?
I don't think we should trade for anybody unless they'll take somebody off of our practice squad or something like
Hmm.
that. But I'm not. I don't want to lose valuable assets to get a backup quarterback. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I definitely don't want to lose picks unless it's like a late round pick. Maybe give up that fifth round pick that we didn't even need to get from Mark
Hmm.
Cooper. But I don't want to give up very valuable pieces, especially knowing that that's coming back. Cooper Rush won us a game last year at the Vikings, um, on the road. I as long as we run the ball, I think we'll be okay. The Bengals were terrible yesterday. If Joe Burrow, he's risky with the ball, you know what I mean? And our defense loves that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like we can have a couple of games the way our schedule is right now before that comes back where our defense scores all our points and we win, you know?
Yeah.
That's how explosive our defense is with playmaking. But I don't think we should go get a quarterback unless we get a really good deal. I
Yeah.
know Mike McCarthy said that there will be roster moves, but I don't know. Uh, they said 4 to 8 weeks for Dak.
Yeah. I
He's targeting the Bears or Lions game or something like that. But
Yeah, I agree with you, and that's why I brought it up because I didn't think that they should trade for him, even though I think he is a better quarterback than Rush. But um, I just don't think you would want to give up
a lot of
assets
people
right
are.
now. Yeah, yeah. I just don't think you would want to give up a whole bunch of assets right now because, in
I
my
heard
opinion,
Jimmy G come up too.
I feel like the roster is already pretty much depleted. Like, and you're gonna give up future assets for
I don't
a
think our
quarterback.
roster. I don't think our roster is depleted. We have two spots that really need help, and one of them is mostly because of injuries. The receiver spot, when people come back, we'll be all right. The Our biggest problem is the line. The defense keep us in any game. Like I don't think the roster is
Yeah,
depleted.
the defense is straight. I'm talking more like offense.
I think we
I
just
feel like
need
y'all have
to.
some holes,
Yeah, we
in
have
my
holes on the
opinion.
offensive line
Yeah.
and receiver, but like the receiver is gonna get fixed, but before Dak comes back. And I don't want to give up anything we have right there. Like, what would we do? Give him Michael Gallup?
No, no,
And we have
no.
an opportunity. I don't want to mess up our cap room either because we had an opportunity to sign like someone like Odell
That's
down
true.
the road.
Y'all
So
could.
would you want to get Dak back, have a 500 record, start getting a little rhythm, and bring in Odell? something like that. We can say things like this because we don't work for any team, so
Yeah,
it's not tampering, but
but yeah, that's pretty much the gist I'm trying to get at. Like, I don't think you should really want to give up anything for Huntley, even though I think he's a really good quarterback,
he's
especially
good.
at the backup spot. But
We
I
don't
just
have to
don't
cap
think you
him to
want to
pay him
give
after
up.
this year anyway.
Yeah, I don't think you want to give up stuff to get a quarterback just to rent him for 6 games at this point. And
Yeah,
then he has to come in and learn
not
the
even six
offense.
games, five, I think, because we have a bye week in
Oh yeah, they got to
there.
buy. Yeah, so I wouldn't do it if it was me, but
Yeah,
it's not. So
yeah. I think we got enough of the Cowboys since we're talking about quarterbacks in Baltimore. What do you think about the contract negotiations? Just so everybody knows, the Ravens and Lamar Jackson were not able to reach a new contract before the season started, so they're gonna bring it to a halt. So, what do you think about it, Trevor?
I wish that they could have got a deal done, but I think Lamar is betting on himself. Uh, the market is definitely going to go up after this season. I believe Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, and them are coming up. So all three of those quarterbacks are going to push the market up, and he's going to get paid more, especially if he finishes the season healthy and playing at an MVP caliber like we know he can play it. So I think he's betting on himself. Uh, I don't think a lot of people would have took that risk, but he's betting on himself and letting the chips fall where they may.
I think after going back to like Dak Prescott and who else betted on themselves, Cousins. It
Hmm.
always works out. It's way too hard to find a quarterback. Like even if he doesn't stay with the Ravens, he's gonna get his money. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I know that's probably why he's not worried. But um, I wouldn't say I have a problem with it, but I hate it when teams do that to quarterbacks.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
if he's gonna be your guy, make him your guy. You know what I mean?
yeah. Go on and just
And I
pay him,
kind of
man.
feel like they're doing this because they might not want to keep him.
I think I think that
I
they wanted him at. I think it's one of those things like you
they
see
want to
something
keep
you
him at a
want,
certain
but you
price.
want him at. Yeah, exactly. You see something you want,
If they
but
can't
you
do
want
it,
to
it's
keep
okay
him at a
because they
certain
got
price.
Huntley.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna work out for him in the end.
It's
I
gonna work
just
out somewhere. It may not work out in Baltimore.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
every other
for
team
him.
would take him.
Yeah, 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 exactly. So I think it's gonna work out for him in the end. I just, football is football. I don't know if many people want to take that risk, but it is what it is. It's gonna be straight. He played very well yesterday. Um, so I think he'll be good.
All right, let's go over to New Orleans. Trevor Michael Thomas back. What did you think?
I think he played very well, especially towards the end of the game.
Big plays.
Yeah, big plays at the end of the game. I don't think he got involved a whole bunch, through the first 3 quarters. Like they could have gotten him involved.
Mm-hmm.
They could have gotten him involved more earlier on in the game, but he came through in the when they needed him the most, man. So
I'm still flabbergasted that the Falcons took them down to the wire like that. Jameis Winston stepped up though. I'll give it to him.
he did.
Yeah,
The Falcons, man, they blow every lead they get, man.
I mean, but
Golly.
they weren't even supposed to be in
Goodness.
that. They were never even predicted to be in the game. You know what I mean?
I
So I
will
give it
say
to them.
this. I will say this. Their defense early on, I was impressed with that. But again,
Blowing
they
leads, huh?
blew it, man. Just blew it.
All right, Trevor. Let's go to some. We're gonna. I want to think about how to label this because I don't want to say overreaction and underreactions. Should we overreact or should we underreact? I guess we'll go with that. All right.
Okay.
So first, we'll go with Jalen Ramsey struggles. Is he not an elite uh cornerback anymore? Like, should we overreact?
Right now, I think it's a slight overreaction, but it
Okay.
might be. it's a question because
I'm
in
not
the
gonna say it's a
past,
I'm not gonna say it's an overreaction. I think from what I've seen against him and elite receivers in the
mhm,
past few times I've seen him, he's got
he's
cooked,
got he's
cooked,
got.
cooked.
Yeah, no, I
That
feel
is
you.
not good.
I feel you. And I mean, I think a lot of people may not know, or they may know, or may remember, but in the Super Bowl, that last play that Aaron Donald got that sack, the
Mhm.
Rams are very fortunate that he did because Jalen Ramsey fell and Jamar Chase was wide open down the sideline. I
Yeah.
mean, if Joe had some time to get that ball off,
And there was a couple times in the Bucks game in where he got beat too. So
yeah, yeah. So look, man, I think it is week one.
mhm.
I know he has a history of in the past ever since he got to the Rams, but let's just give it a little more time. That's my thing.
All right, let's go to the next one, Trevor.
Let's get it.
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is not an MVP caliber quarterback after the showing that we saw last week. Was last year a fluke?
Overreaction.
Overreaction?
Yeah, because I mean his rookie year he was doing some really good stuff, and then second year got better, and so I
All right,
think
this was. All right, you can
first
finish
week.
yours.
No, I was just saying I think first week, division, uh, division game against a good defense. Some and first week, you know, it
Trevor,
is what it is.
I saw the film, dog. No, some of those passes were just high school passes. Like zone coverage, the safety's behind the guy, you just throw it up. It's gonna be a pick. But I will, I'm not gonna say he's a bad quarterback, but I don't think he's MVP caliber. He's
Yeah.
I'll say a ton of his big plays are attributed to the challenge of Jamar Chase. Like kind of just throwing it up in the area. He makes a play rather than the quarterback making a play. You know what I mean? Like
I see what you
and the thing
mean,
about that is
and
50-50. So last year, a lot of the time it went their way. But it all comes back full circle. The law of averages. 50-50 plays. Eventually, if you're winning all the 50-50 plays, eventually you're
yeah,
gonna
you're gonna
start
lose
losing them.
some.
And
Yeah, you definitely
it's
gonna start
I think
losing.
this is the year where they're gonna lose a lot.
I
That goes hand in hand with my projections for the NFC. I mean the AFC North.
I yeah, I see where you're going, but I mean I've seen Joe continue to get improved. It's a bad game. I get it. I understand. I mean, quarterbacks have had bad games where you
He
like,
looked
what is
very Baker Mayfield-esque, Trevor.
Baker Mayfield?
That's who he looked like. Great season. They come back and start throwing it to the other team. Man.
Baker
Am I
I
wrong or
don't
not?
know about that, Quill.
He
I
threw
don't know,
four
man.
interceptions.
He did. I mean, there are a lot of quarterbacks in the league that have
Dak
thrown
never threw
intercept.
four.
He's thrown interceptions before.
Yeah,
He
like two.
sometimes two. Okay, we'll have to check how many
Yeah, we can look
as
it up.
high as one.
I don't think he's thrown more than two in a
Okay,
game.
yeah, maybe not, probably not. But I mean,
Tony Romo
Joe Burrow does. Yeah, Joe Burrow does take a lot more
takes a lot
chances.
of
I get
chances.
it, but I mean, sometimes that's just how it happens. And one of them, like he threw it, and Watt just jumped up and grabbed it out the air. Like I mean, some of them, it's just
That one was
football.
tough.
Yeah,
I put that one on the lineman because when uh defensive linemen like jump or put their hands up, you're supposed to hit them and make their hands come down. So I put that on the lineman because the line isn't the greatest. But the other
yeah.
three, he
How
threw
did
them.
that? How they just paid all those players, all those linemen, and they still
Still
not
not the
good. He got
greatest.
hit a lot. He got pressured a lot too.
Yeah. All right,
I
let's go
mean,
to another one.
just
Oh
pump
wait,
the
what you gonna
brakes a
say?
little bit. Just pump
All
the
right,
brakes a little bit.
I pump him a little bit on that one.
All
What
right.
do we say about Trey Lance, Trevor? Should the 49ers be making sure that Jimmy Garoppolo is prepared to come in here soon if it keeps trending the way it's trending?
I'm gonna say this: it's week one. Don't overreact just yet, but keep that car warming up just in case.
Keep the car running just in
Yeah,
case
keep it
it
just
goes
in case.
left.
But now, I mean, you got to give Trey a chance, man. I mean, he is a young quarterback, and he actually hasn't played a lot of football coming out of college. Now he's, put it. That was his first official NFL game.
Mhm.
Got to give him some time. So,
Yeah, I'm actually shoot Trey Lance a ton of bail because that was
mhm.
awful conditions for your first game, bro.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was it was
raining, all
it
that
was like
stuff.
playing football in a swimming pool. The whole
Yeah,
field was a puddle, so I'm not gonna hold that game against them, especially passing wise. I don't even know how you throw the ball out there. Like, yeah, it was ridiculous.
yeah.
I'm not gonna hold that one against him. I want to see him like in a game that are at least close to normal conditions. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Before I pass judgment because he really can throw the ball. It's probably just hard to hold on to the ball in
Hmm.
conditions like that. The Bears defense is not bad. You know what I mean? Uh, I would have liked to see more from the 49ers defense. I'm not gonna put that game on Trey Lance though. I'm gonna give him a
No,
pass.
they
if
actually
if
had
next
a
week if it's
chance.
worse or something like that, then we can start to talk.
Yeah, they actually had a chance. I mean, the Bears just made a really good defensive play and punched the ball out of Debo's hands.
Mm-hmm.
And if they,
Hurt me in
uh,
fantasy.
yeah, if they don't, if that doesn't happen, they actually, have they could win the game. So,
Mm-hmm.
let's give Trey Lance some slack and let's give him some time.
All right,
Definitely give
Trevor.
him some time.
Let's go to the last one.
Hmm.
Is Justin Jefferson the best wide receiver in football right now?
I still think it's Devontae Adams, but Justin Jefferson is definitely climbing up there, man. I mean, again, it's week one, and why were the why was Green Bay playing him 1-on-1 the whole game, bro?
They
Like,
had to prove it.
I mean, but didn't he do some good stuff last year?
He
Yeah,
did
you
some
ain't
good
gonna give
stuff,
him.
but he did great stuff yesterday. That's different between
I
good and
mean,
great.
but
CD Lamb is good. He's not double coverage good. You know what I
I
mean?
think Justin Jefferson is better than
Yeah,
CD though.
now like
I think he was better than
yesterday
him last
I
year.
did. Yesterday when I was
What?
watching the Vikings game, I was having an argument with some guys on my couch about that. And then I watched the Cowboys game and I completely agree with him now.
Justin Jefferson was the number one guy last year. Like he
We had
wait,
Amari
did they
Cooper.
have no Justin
I'm
Jefferson.
saying we had Amari Cooper.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Amari
I
Cooper's a
know,
beast.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, well, hold on. I might be wrong because didn't they have Thielen?
They
They
had
had
Thielen.
Adam
Don't they
Thielen.
still have Thielen,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I think they still got him. So I don't know, man. In
Justin
my opinion,
Jefferson
I would
is,
take Justin Jefferson over
eh,
CD
in
last
my
year too,
opinion, in my
but I
opinion,
don't know.
my initial statement is not an overreaction. He is the best wide receiver from what I saw yesterday.
Okay.
Number two, Jamar Chase. Number three, Devontae Adams. In my opinion.
All right.
In my opinion.
I I think Devontae is number one. And I don't blame you for putting Jamar or Justin up there.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think, Adams is number one, especially over a body, over time and the body of work he's put together.
I feel it, Trevor. Let's get over to these picks, man. A quick
Mhm.
update from last week. We're both 3-2. I got
Yeah.
the Panthers game wrong. You got the Steelers game wrong, and we both got the Cowboys Bucks game wrong.
If old boy hit that field goal in the Bengals game, I was hoping he hit it, man, but he did.
Jamar Chase scored a touchdown
Yeah,
too, and that's coaching right there. But let's
yeah.
get to these picks.
The Browns kicker. I was happy when he hit that. I was like, yes, I got my
Oh,
pick
deep.
right. Yeah.
I forgot about that. All right, Chiefs or Chargers, Trevor. Thursday night, short week. I'm going.
Thursday.
I'm going Chiefs. Easy.
I'm gonna go Chiefs too. It's hard for me to pick against them because I root for them. So let me go Chiefs.
Bucks or Saints. Hey, these hard games, man. Hard picks.
Uh, I would go Bucks because I picked them to win the NFC South.
I'm going Saints because
Yeah,
they're the butt killer. They're the Brady
yeah, they
killer.
are. I think they go get them this one time, and they got to get them once, man.
We'll
Got to
see.
get them.
Patriots or Steelers.
Patriots or Steelers?
Yep.
Steelers.
Yeah, I'm going
Patriots
Steelers
didn't
too.
look good.
I'm going Steelers too. Dolphins or Ravens?
Mm,
That's tough too. Hey,
I'm
it's tough games, man. I know who I'm picking. I'm going Dolphins. Uh,
I'll go.
Lamar Jackson is a beast.
Ooh, man.
Lamar Jackson is a beast, but he doesn't have any receivers.
Yeah, I know, right? And the Dolphins defense was they looked pretty good yesterday. Um, I'm gonna go Dolphins too. Ah,
Okay, Trevor following me, man. Copy me. All
no,
right,
no,
so
no,
let's go
no.
Sunday night football. Bears or Packers? This is way tougher pick than you thought it would be at the beginning of the season.
Yes,
I'm going Bears though.
I'm going.
Justin Fields.
Yeah, I gotta go Bears too. I don't like.
If you going Bears, I'm going Packers. I ain't going with you on the Sunday night football again. We lost
I
last
mean,
time.
I was gonna say the Bears, but you said it first. Like,
All right,
I mean, I'm not
You
just
got
gonna.
Bears. Then I'm not going
Okay,
against.
cool, cool, cool. I'm not just
I
gonna
won't go
say
against
another
Aaron
team.
Rodgers. I
I'm not
saw what
just.
happened to Aaron Rodgers' first game last year and what he did week 2 and on.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see, man. But hey, this was a great episode of the Huddle, Trevor. Anything else that you want to get off your chest before the end of the episode about last week?
Nah, man. Patrick Mahomes, shout out to you, man. Oh, Josh Allen, man. That
Oh,
dude is
we
a
forgot
beast.
about how we didn't even talk about Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is a beast. Patrick Mahomes is that dude. Uh, Justin
Who's the
Jefferson
number
going
one quarterback
crazy.
right now? Then
I still think Patrick Mahomes.
I got Josh Allen.
I
But I
understand.
have Patrick Mahomes on my fantasy team, so he needs to keep it up.
I think he'll keep it up, man. He's gonna keep it up. The Chargers defense gonna be tough. They are missing J.C. Jackson though, so
Yeah,
that'll help Patrick out next week, man.
for sure, for sure. But we want to thank all y'all for tuning in once again, man, to another episode of the Huddle. Uh, Always tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. If y'all enjoyed the episode, like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. Trevor gonna start posting more clips on there so I can promote her. And we'll see y'all next week on another episode of the Huddle.
Peace.
Yeah, we gotta start doing that, Trevor. We gotta like start